What's going on, guys? Flight simulation experience back here for another stream. Sitting on the grounds in Athens, Greece, in the beautiful scenery done by Orbix of Athens International Airport. Jumping in here in the Boeing 737-700 series, the very first airplane that released with PMDG for Microsoft Flight Simulator as a Boeing, I believe. Or actually, they may have released an older Boeing, I don't remember. I'm sitting here on the ground. Absolutely love the rendition of this scenery. The performance is immaculate. I'm getting 35 FPS on a GTX 1070 with FSLTL injected. That would be the traffic by fly-by-wire. So yeah, great performance, and you know the PMDG does get really good performance as well. But yep, got two good flights today. We're going down over to Kos International Airport, which I believe is an island that people like to hop over to for the weekends or for holiday. Kos International Airport is an airport in the islands of Kos in Greece, and it is located near the Endymachia village, which I believe we'll be flying over. I do have scenery for that airport as well, which I picked up on Orbix. And the operations there is within the airport are handled by Swissport. The airport is mainly serviced by charter airlines who bring customers there for the holidays. So it is a quick flight. It is only about, let's take a look here. It's only about 39 minutes in the air. I just checked the winds, and our departure is going to be out of runway 03 right, which I believe is this runway here, so we'll be taking off this way. And that is the correct runway as according to the winds. I did a test flight last night. It's a very fun arrival, very beautiful arrival. We're sitting here in the sim early in the morning. It's 5:27 p.m. right now in Athens, Greece, but I changed the time to morning just so we can enjoy two good morning flights. We're flying there, and then we're doing the return back to Athens, Greece. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in the cockpit as our baggage loader and our fuel is being loaded into the aircraft. Have not started Pack X yet, but those are two things I probably should do right about now. So let me just double check, make sure everything looks good here. Okay, everything does. Alright, without further ado, let me fire up FS Realistic.
FS Realistic connected.
And let me fire up. Okay, so we got background sound there. Let me fire up Pack X. So the cruise today is 230. And we have almost a full flight today, but for time's sake, let's just get Pack X to 71 passengers so it hurries up. And let's go to... We don't have a safety custom for this airline, so we're just gonna go with EVA. Alright. Alright, parking brake is set. Flaps are up. Cool. Test clears. Let's go ahead and do a APU engine fire test. Good. One. Alright, beautiful. Let's come on upstairs here. Let's go over to the overhead panel and let's get our IRSs switched over into the nav position. We're gonna go ahead and make sure our flaps are working. I'm gonna come on over here. Let's go to APU gen and auxiliary bat. We're gonna come on over here to our APU, get APU aft fuel pump to the on position. We're gonna go ahead and fire up that APU. I'm gonna come on down here. I'm gonna make sure we get our fuel in. How much fuel do we need today? Not too much. I have this in pounds, 13,643. So to be safe, we're gonna do 13,700. 13,700 pounds of fuel. And the payload today, sorry, excuse me, the zero fuel weight that is going to be 117.7, a little lighter. We don't have a full flight today, but we have, we are loaded by 91.8%. We have 110 in economy, 7 in first class. So we do have an open seat for anybody who would like to join in the first class. Go to return here. Fuel is in, payload is in, door is open for our passengers to come on board. And then now we're going to go to our FMC index. We're going to go to pause in it. We're sitting down at LGAV. Plug in LGAV there. We're going to take our left GPS coordinate, plug that into the IRS position, go to route. Origin is LGAV, and we're going to LG, where are we going here? Let's see, LGKO. Flight number today is AAL 153. And now we can go to our departures page. 03 right, I believe, is what we're taking off on. Yep, on the Kia 2. Key 2 Juliet. Key 2 Juliet. With no transition. We're going to do route, activate, execute. We're going to go to the next page here, and we're going to jump on an airway, L995. That is another airplane. I need to turn those sounds down. They're very loud. We're going to execute that, go to our arrivals page here, and we are going to be trying to push for the RNAV 14. RNAV 14 on the Copar 1 November. Copar 1 November is our arrival with no transition. We're going to enter that in there, and we're going to look at our legs page, and we are going to fill in our slots that are discontinuities. Back to legs here. So Copar needs to be connected to this guy. Back to legs, and we should be fully connected. We are. Beautiful. Let's go back to our NITREF index. Let's go to our performance page. 117.7, I believe, was our 117.7 was our zero fuel weight. We're going to plug that guy in there. We are planning to burn 9,400 pounds of fuel. That is our plan, and that'll leave us with a reserve of 4.2. I think I'm doing that right. Cost index, we're going to push it to 36 right now, and 230, I believe, is the cruise, is what SimBrief wants us at. We'll check what the optimal cruise is. It is a very short flight. The average cruise wind is 235 at 13. We'll enter that in there. N1 limit, let's come on up here to this guy. Let's shoot this to 23 for our cabin pressure. 23 is set. Let's come on over here, get Flight Director 1. Flight Director 2 is going on. We're going to now come on over, swap over our power to our APU. And let's get the APU bleed on, get those air conditioners on as well. PAX is in the on position. And let's now derate this. Actually, we're going to derate this to 26. We'll derate the climb to 2. As we have a very long runway. Tax flaps are going to be in the 5 position. Trim is going to be 5.26. Swap over this trim wheel to 5.26. Which is about right there. Let's get our first officer on the legs page, and let's see what V1 rotate at 124, V2 133. So let's do 143 on our speed indicator here. And we're pretty good here. Let's come on. So the flight planning is all set up. Let's go to our NITREF index. Actually, let's go to the menu page. Let's go to actions, ground services. We release our ground power now. Let's go ahead and take a look at our SimBrief chart here. So as we can see here, let's actually get SimLink in. Alright, so here we are. Let's go ahead and get the airport in. So runway 3 right is here. So our course is 32 and elevation is 271. So 32 and 271. So we'll just get 300 in here. And our course is 32 degrees. So we'll go ahead and bug 32. We'll bug this to 32 as well. And we'll bug this guy to 32. And boom, we're all set. Initial climb, according to our charts, is, let's see. So at Kia, we need to be above 6,000. So we're going to go ahead and take this up to 9,000 for right now. And so far, everything looks good. Alright, we could probably ask our fuel truck to leave. We can go to our baggage crew and they can leave as well. Awesome. Great performance out of this airport and airplane. It's like an Airbus A319. All right. Let's come on up here. Let's remove. What else we need to do? Altimeter is 29904, so that is checked. We're gonna get our data position. We don't need any of this on. Just about ready to go here. Let's get our taxi charts up again. And let's go ahead and let the crew, let's actually do our pre-planned pushback. Let's go to pre-plan it. About there looks good. All right, so we're just gonna wait for our boarding to complete and then we're gonna get up on out of here. I have a checklist here just to be safe. Let's take a look at it. All right, altimeters are set, transponder is set, fuel in boarding is almost complete, takeoff data is set, cruise altitude is set, our initial climb to 9,000 is set, landing altitude is set as well, and MCP is set. Packs are on, APU is fired up, isolation valve is open, I believe. Doors are still open for boarding. So let's see what else here. Anti-collision light is going to go to the on position now. That's letting the ground crew outside know we're just about ready for pushback here momentarily. And yeah, just waiting on PAC-X to complete the boarding, and we are pretty much good to go. So let's tell our baggage crew to leave now. They can leave. And let's go to return. Let's go to our doors page, and we're going to close our door once the flight attendant gives us our A-OK that we are ready to go. As you can see in the scenery, I absolutely love the scenery. You can see that the people are moving inside the lobby here. This guy looks like he's ready to go. Alright, they just gave us the A-OK that we're ready. Looks like we got a little bit of a mismatch. Are you gonna take off, man? Yeah, this is it's not perfect. These things, yeah, there it goes. But Fly-by-Wire's done an amazing job, especially given this as a freeware. All right, so let's come on downstairs here. Let's go ahead and close our door, and let's go ahead and remove our chocks as well. Ground maintenance chocks are going to be removed. Let's just double check that everything is removed. Let's come on up over here to our pushback. Let's go to request our pushback.
To ground. This is ground. Stand by.
Jetway is being automatically moved away.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard flight 153. Our flight time will be roughly 39 minutes. Please note the cabin door is now closed. We ask that you make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut down and stowed.
These jet bridges, the animation is beautiful at this airport.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
All right, let's go to performance page. Transition actually here, I believe, is
We are
11,000.
cleared for start and push.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
See if they did not. Okay, cool. Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
All right, let's do it. Come on upstairs here. We have no fuel in the center tank. Fuel pumps to the on positions. Hydraulics to the on position as well. Packs to the off position. Engine start selector in the center for both engines. Engine number 2 over to ground power. Waiting for the rise. Start valve open. Low oil pressure indicator is there. N2 on the rise. Looking for 20, and then we're going to introduce fuel. Just about at 20 now. Introduce fuel to idle on engine number 2.
bagasi di penyimpanan di atas atau di bawah tempat duduk di hadapan anda. Pastikan tiada sebarang halangan di lorong bersebelahan dan di pintu kecemasan. Pasangkan tali keleda dengan memasukkan hujung logam ke dalam kepala tali keleda sehingga ia klik. Tarik hujung ikatan untuk mengetatkannya. Untuk membuka, lepaskan pelengkap logam. Pastikan tali keleda sentiasa dipasang dan boleh dilihat.
Good start in engine number 1. Let's go ahead and, engine number 2. Let's go to engine number 1 over to ground power. Start valve open, low oil pressure indicated.
Parking brake set.
This freaking parking brake is so annoying. I don't know why it gets stuck. Introduce fuel.
Disconnect.
Okay, sir. Clear to disconnect. Pin has been removed. See you
This
at the
thing.
side. Have a
It's
good
weird,
flight.
like gets stuck. I don't
Holding
get it.
position waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
Panggil anak kapal untuk bantuan. Tegakkan tempat duduk dan turunkan sandaran lengan. Letakkan meja di tempat asal dan buka tikam anda. Pastikan anda lakukan perkara sama semasa mendarat. Perlu diingat, merokok adalah tidak dibenarkan dalam penerbangan ini.
Alright.
Walaupun
Not
rokok
gonna worry about it.
elektronik termasuk di tandas di mana pengesan asap diletakkan. Mengganggu pengesan asap adalah satu kesalahan.
And engine number 1, EGT on the rise. Everything here looks good. The other day I was on a flight and the pressurization, the cabin wasn't pressurizing, so therefore this gauge was not going up. Had an alarm right here. Had to turn around. Had an alarm right here. This one, cabin altitude, so it wasn't properly pressurizing. So I had to manually do it. Fly back to the airport, manually do it, and then take off again, and then it worked. All right, let's swap over our Gen power, Gen 1, Gen 2. Packs to the on position, isolation in auto, engine bleeds to the on position, the APU bleed is going to be in the off position, taxi light coming on, this guy APU is coming off, engine 1 and 2 over to continuous mode, runway turnoffs can come to the on position as well. Let's go ahead and get our yacht amper on, probe heats are coming to the on position, seatbelt signs should have already been on. And we are good to go there. Recall check. Let's go to RTO. Let's click on auto throttle, VNAV, LNAV, and let's release the brakes as it wasn't even applied anyways. See, before we do that, let's go to SS, full left, full right, elevator up and down, rudder left, rudder right, brakes. We are good to go. Let's put this back on engine. Verify V speeds. Thank you. Appreciate that. V1, rotate. V2. So our V speeds have increased. Barrel pressure has now changed to 2997, so we just made that correction. Alright, so we're currently on Echo right now. We're going to make a left to Charlie. Oh. Paying attention here. So we're now on Echo.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who require additional information on the briefing, please refer to the safety information card in the seat pocket in front of you. Should you require further clarification, do not hesitate to call any member of the crew. Thank you.
Alright, so we're going to make a left up here on Delta 3. As you can see right here, Delta 3, which is indicating on the charts. And that'll get us on Delta, which is this right here. And folks, good morning from the flight deck here. We are number one for takeoff. Flight time's about 43 minutes in the air. Might have a little bit of bumps on the ride up, but once we hit cruise, it should smooth out. Welcome aboard. We'll be airborne shortly.
Ready to go.
Did my transmission not go through? Ladies and gentlemen, this is from the flight deck here. Welcome aboard. We'll be airborne shortly. Flight time is about 43 minutes, and we are number one for departure. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin. Ladies and gentlemen, this is from the flight deck here. Welcome aboard. We'll be airborne shortly. Flight time is about 43 minutes, and we are number one for departure. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit, this is your first officer. Welcome on board our flight. We'll be departing soon, and we're aiming for a smooth flight. Thanks for flying, and we'll keep you informed of any changes as they happen.
Alright, fully lit up here. Actually, we keep the wheel well light off. All these lights are on, ready to go. Give the cabin crew their alert. Nav, LNAV, arm this guy. Let's come on over here to, we can turn these lights down. Let's go over to TA. Let's pull this guy up. So we're going to be heading out, and it's going to be a pretty quick right turn. Clear on final down to the right. And we are clear down to the left. Let's get our departure charts out. Alright, chrono's going on. Throttle's up to 50%. Nose down, pressure, and toga.
Airspeed's alive.
Power set, airspeed alive.
80 knots.
Neutral.
V1.
Hand off the throttle. And rotate.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. Follow our flight directors. Some crazy winds, that's for sure. Definitely going to upset the passengers, no doubt. The wind is definitely pushing our speed up. We definitely need to increase our pitch to about almost 20 degrees. Let's go to flaps 1. Excuse me, flaps 2. Flight directors are all over the place. Climb power's in. Try to stay on track here. Push the nose down slightly. Flaps 1 degree. And we can go flaps clean. Let's pitch the nose down, gain some speed. Let's go ahead and auto brake and go to the off position, lock our gear. Gain some speed. CMP autopilot 1 coming on. What do we have here as an indicator? Oh, VNAV. Okay. What is the issue? Check altitude target. Oh, that's what it is. We're already at 9,000? Not at 9,000. Speed. There we go. Altitude intervention. Let's take it up to 11,000. Let's go to autopilot command 1. And looking good. It is definitely bumpy here. Runway turnoffs. Wing light can stay on. Anti-collision can come off. Jesus, this is bumpy. Look how bumpy it is. Recall check. That should have been the TARA. I thought I already did that. Lights on here. Direct to Kia, which is indicating on our departure charts here. Direct to Kia. Let's move on up to 23,000. Wow, it is bumpy. 11,000. Pressure, standard pressure to barometric pressure to standard position. These guys can go to the off position. And we can shut off the landing lights as well. Little airplane right here. There was an airplane. And that's it, folks. So we definitely got to make sure that we are pressurizing, which it is indicating there. Just about a 16, and that's showing about 17 now, so that's good. Air seems pretty smooth now. Let's go ahead and more than likely let the cabin crew go, and seatbelt sign can come to the off position. There you have it. So we're only going to be in cruise for about 20-ish minutes, if that. Probably should get a little bit ahead of the flight right now by checking the weather. So let's go ahead and do that. Beautiful sunrise coming over the clouds like that. Stunning. Thousand-foot call out. I'm gonna do a little bit of cloud surfing, it looks like. Let's take a look at the first officer's perspective here. so awesome.
For duration of this flight, we will not be able to offer in-flight service.
No service?
Let us know if there's anything
Wow.
we can do to make your flight more enjoyable and we can try our best to do so.
I know you can come on down here to the FMC and you can find... Alright, since we're at we're at cruise, let's go ahead and just drop our altitude. The aircraft is not going to drop until we hit the top of descent here. And it'll do it automatically, which I really like. Let's take a look at cruise. Optimal is 38. Okay, we're not going up that high, that's for sure. 59 miles till top of descent. And I believe we're going to menu, PMDG setup, aircraft. Let's go over to options, performance, simulation. Okay, so it's not under that. Maybe it's under simulation. Alright, so it's not under those. Let's go to options. Let's go to aircraft. It's got to be under equipment. Bank angle call out, approaching minimums. Minimums 2500 call out. All these are called out. Let's get 40 on as well. Show water and canyon. Don't need that on. Oh, default transition level 18. Yep, that's good. Default engine out, acceleration, maximum fixed pages 6. Total fuel cap 46,000. Standby instruments, HGS installed. No. I don't even know. Not sure what HGS is. Yaw damper gauge. You can put that up right here. So let's put that on yes. See a little yaw damper gauge right there. That's cool. Put no, it disappears. So we'll put the yaw damper gauge on. Performance package, what does that give us? Performance improvement package, short field package, auto probe heat. Well, that'd be kind of cool. Flight test package, no. Brake package, carbon. Oh yeah, let's get the eyebrows on here so we can see out here. This is cool. I like that. What are the cutoff switch? Oh, this cutoff. These are the old school cutoff switches down here. Nah, I don't think that's really Boeing in my opinion. Wi-Fi antenna. Yeah, let's get the Wi-Fi antenna on. See it up here. Wi-Fi antenna. Auto ignition, no. Pressurization panel. Old window shades, there we go. That's what I wanted. Window shades, turn those on. And we're good to go here. Let's actually go to panel save state. Let's click on that and we will put Justin. Execute that. Almost at top of descent here. And should have our window shades now. They're somewhere here. Let's take a look. Where's our window shades at? Menu, FMC, FS actions, PMDG setup, aircraft, equipment, window shades, yes. You just got to figure out how to deploy them. It's pretty cool. Okay, I know you can do that there. Oh, it's right here. Okay. I believe our first officer has his as well if he wants. But the question is where are... Huh. Oh, it looks like we got some weather ahead of us here. This may be interesting. Okay, so let's take a look at the... We don't need to worry about the window shades for right now. Let's just take a look at what we got. A few clouds at 1,400 feet. Broken at 1,800 feet. No significant weather. 7 mile per hour east wind. Pushing to the east at 100 degrees. So that's going to be interesting. Definitely going to be an ILS, an RNAV approach. Let's go to our Navigraph here. And we're just about to start our descent any minute. So first things first, let's go to the airport and let's get the airport elevation. It's 412 feet, so we'll go put 450 here. That is good. Let's go and put the course. We're doing an RNAV 14 on runway 14. That's 143 on the course. $143. We're going to take this down to 6,000. Just coming up the top of descent here. We have a 20 mile an hour crosswind, and let's go ahead and select our approach, which is going to be the RNAV 14. We'll add that to our routing. All right, the minimums are going to be 662. It's going to be barometric pressure. Recall check. Alright, so 662. Transition altitude is 5,000. It is currently 12 degrees, so that'd be 54 degrees Fahrenheit at the airport. And looks like we're going to have some weather on arrival here. Auto brake going to be set to 2. And we are on descent. Still have a pretty decent satisfaction rating of 87, so that's good news. So, okay. We're gonna shoot for our approach at, the winds are 7, so let's shoot for a flaps 40. Let's do a flaps 40. Actually, let's do this. Flaps 40 at 131 with a 6-mile-an-hour crosswind correction. Let's take a look at wind finder. Let's see what the winds are doing over there, by the way. Yeah, it's a crosswind. Okay. It's probably going to get dark in here, so let's go ahead and turn some lights on. Some lights on in the overhead panel. Seatbelt sign needs to go to the on position. And ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck here, we start initial descent into Columbus International Airport. Should have you on the ground in about 25 or so minutes. Temperature in Columbus is 12 degrees Celsius. And we have some broken clouds, a little bit of rain showers in the area. We do appreciate you flying with us today. We hope to see you on another flight. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival. And ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck here, we start initial descent into Columbus International Airport. Should have you on the ground in about 25 or so minutes. Temperature in Columbus is 12 degrees Celsius. And we have some broken clouds, a little bit of rain showers in the area. Appreciate you flying with us today. We hope to see you on another flight. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival. Alright, this is not correct. We are also expecting a little bit of bumps on our arrival in, so we're going to go ahead and ask our flight attendants to please be seated below 10,000 feet. Thank you. We are also expecting a little bit of bumps on our arrival in, so we're going to go ahead and ask our flight attendants to please be seated below 10,000 feet. Thank you. Let's go ahead and get the wing light on. It's 7 degrees, so we do not need anti-ice at the moment. descending about 19 to 2,000 feet per minute. We are directly in the path. Alright, just about at 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and turn on our landing lights. Anti-collision can come on. Keep that wing light on. Get fully lit up here. Engines over to continuous. Altimeter 29085. Wow, look at that. See a nice little opening. Fortunately, weather is not in the aircraft yet. We're waiting for that, as well as the EFB. Making a left turn. Hopefully this island over here, we're going to be making a left, and then there's an island, a little small island over here. We're going to be making a right into our nav 14. See a little bit of water down there. So our speed brakes just in case we don't need them, which we probably won't. Let's bug our heading as well at 143. So 1,000-foot call out. Let's continue on down. Let's go down to 600 feet. Speed is dropping here. torpedo tubes for speeds. Probes. There's an island that we're just about to pass over. Fortunately, we can't see it. Let's do a weather update. Make sure our altimeter didn't change. It is still 2985. 2985 is checked. Minimums are at 662. And we want to be at about 135. Here's this island I'm talking about. Right here. Let's go ahead and deploy our slats. Our slats, beautiful modeling. There's like an airport right here as well. That's pretty awesome. Oh, look at this. Looks like we're gonna have an opening. Woo! We have an opening for our arrival. Man, that'd be pretty cool to spend like a week here. All right, let's focus. Our runway is somewhere around here. All right, let's go to flaps 2. There's our runway right there. We're doing a flaps full. Let's go to flaps 5. 2,500 just about. Let's get the gear. I always forget what is the... Flaps 15. All right, gear down 3 green. Auto brake set to 2. Now going to flaps 25. Runway turn off, taxi on. Wheel well on, fully let up here. Advise the cabin crew just about ready. Flaps down to 30. And flaps full. Ooh, man, look at that. A little high. Feel those winds. Oh boy. Oh boy, those winds.
1,000.
1,000 feet, somewhat stable. Oh goodness. My airplane. Oh boy.
Approaching minimum.
My throttles.
400. 3 minimums.
Continue.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
$70 knots. Stow 'em. Manual braking. Holy shit. Jesus. Auto brake going to the opposition. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Coes International Airport. That was spicy, to say the least. That definitely got my heart rate up. Engines going to the opposition. Let's fire up that APU. We'll keep the landing lights on for right now. Wheel well light can go off. Wow.
Gentlemen, we have reached our destination. The local time is
Yeah, no kidding.
8:44 a.m. and it's currently about 12 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile device. Please remain seated until the air traffic control system stop at signal signs turn off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have been hidden during the flight. Thank you for flying.
Whew. All right, we made it. Let's go ahead and turn these panel lights off. Background lights can go off. APU is on and available. The performance here is a little heavy. Let's go ahead and retract those flaps. Let's get the airport chart up here. So we hit the runway a little hard, hence why we have a little bit of a dissatisfaction here, just under 80%. I think when we hit, it was 80. But, so this is the first time I'm checking this airport out. Looks pretty freaking cool if you ask me. Performance doesn't seem the greatest. It's definitely a little bit of hit on performance. APU's on. APU bleed coming on. Slow down a little bit here. Fire engines here, that's pretty cool. Oops, still had that on. Runway turnoffs can come off. Go ahead and kill all the lights actually. And we'll go to gate number 4 here. And there we have it. Okay, let's hold off on that for right now. Engine number 2, engine number 1. Seatbelt sign going to the opposition. And hydraulics off, window heats off, probe heats off, yaw damper off. Fuel pumps to the opposition. All our lights are off. Oh, I had it. Alright, parking brake is set finally. And cool. Let's come on down here. Let's go to our menu page. Let's go to FS Action, Ground Services. Let's go ahead and set our wheel chocks. Ground power can come on up. And let's go ahead and request our Stairway 1. Alright, all the passengers are... It's like some windmills up there. Yeah, so cool. Little Egan Airbus A320, I think that is. Yes, Airbus A320. All right, cool. Let's make sure our door is open. And there we have it. Let our passengers get off. Don't have GSX, unfortunately. And we can come on upstairs while our passengers deboard the aircraft, disembark. Let's go ahead and shut our packs off. We can close our isolation valve as well. All of the APU and engine bleeds can go to the off position. And let's go ahead and ground power is now on. APU is coming off. And we could just go ahead and shut down the aircraft now, which that'll do the backup power, standby power, and oops, gotta turn off the ground power. And that's it, folks. We have arrived safely in the Coast International Airport. What a wonderful flight that was. Beautiful arrival, definitely a little spicy on the approach. Hit the ground a little bit hard, hence why we have 79, but hey, we'll take it. I didn't want to run the recording because I wasn't sure if it was going to crash the sim. I love this little church up here too. That looks pretty cool. 2 people looking out. I'm going to take about a 5 or so minute break. And then we're going to prep for the second flight back to Athens, Greece. And I'm going to turn it to the... A couple things we're going to do here. Let me first simulate this as the pilots are now leaving. Unfortunately, can't go through this door. Like, it doesn't let you. And I don't think there's an open... I don't think PMDG incorporated a way to open this door. So what you have to do is you got to get out of the aircraft. Actually, we can go to 7. Pretend we're a passenger here. Whoop. There we go. Walk over to the left here. Probably are a little taller. So I assume we're probably about that tall. Give or take. There's actually a feature called first person in FS Realistic. If you go to first person, I have no idea how to work this. So let's actually set a button for this, which will be P. There we are. There's our first person. Huh. That is crazy. I have not done this before, so... Okay, you need to walk a little faster, bro. Mouse sensitivity, camera movements, sound. Let's drop the sound a little bit to 35. This is like what you're supposed to do when you're doing your walk around of the aircraft, which sounds to me like it would take forever. Why is his arms way out? Alright, so let's go here and let's actually... I don't want to show the avatar. And I want my... Okay, so let's actually... Okay, so I see how this works. Okay, so you basically do that. That is some really slow walking, though. So this is how you're supposed to do your walk around in first person. But if I'm a passenger, I'm just trying to walk out of here. I'm gonna go up to these guys and say what's up. Alright, passengers are done deboarding. We can go ahead and... Okay, so it doesn't even let you... Yeah, so you have to basically get out of first person. And... Oh, I forgot I have a toggle for it, which is... There we go. Alright, cool. Well, let's go ahead and close Pack X. Let's go ahead and close that. And we can actually shut off our FS Realistic FSLTL traffic. We can go ahead and close it. Just let the sim kind of simmer down. And let's go over here. Turn on some music for you guys as I set up for the next leg. We can go ahead and clear sim brief. And let's go ahead and play a little bit of music, and I'll be right back for the next flight.
FS Realistic connected.
And welcome back, folks. Let me just make sure everything looks good on my end here, and it does. And we are back in the PMDG 737. We got an airplane flying over here. Back here at Co's Airport, getting set up for the second leg of the stream, the final leg of the stream, going back to Athens, Greece. Hopefully this will be a beautiful departure as we see the clouds are kind of moving through. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and fire up Pack X, 24,000 feet on this cruise today, and let's start that up. It's cool how the buses are moving here. Alright, so we got our ground crew and our fuel truck putting some fuel in for us. Let's go be our first person here. Could just do a quick little walk around here. Everything looks good. Alright, this is going to take forever. Alright, let's get out of that then. Let's go back up to the cockpit here and swap over our gen power to APU. Swap over our ground power to APU, excuse me. And APU bleed is in the on position. We're going to go ahead and shut off ground power. We tell the ground power to depart. Let's go to ground services here, release the ground power, go back to return. Let's go to our fuel page and let's get up our flight plan. Block fuel today to go back into Athens is 14,019 pounds, so I'm going to want 14,100 pounds just in case. Take a little bit of extra gas. Let's go to return. The door is open for our passengers, and let's go to our payload. We are a full flight today. A lot of passengers are done with their holiday here, and they want to go back home. So our zero fuel weight is 119.7, which gives us a load level of 97.4. What that means is we're definitely going to not do a derated takeoff as the runway is not very long. Let's go back to our return page. Fuel's in, payload is in, and we're all done with the ground services options. Let's go to our init ref page, menu, FMC index, pause init, sitting here at the ground in LGKO. Let's get our left GPS coordinate in and routing back to LGAV. Flight today is AAL 153, I believe. What are we today? 152. Clear that. 152. Enter that in there. Whoops. 152. Flight number. Boom. Departure. The departure we're doing is runway 14, which is the runway we landed on, which the winds are confirming that on the Copar 1 Foxtrot. Copar 1 Foxtrot with no transition. Activate that. from Copar. We're going to the same airway, L995, I believe it is. L995, that is correct. We're going to plug that guy in there, execute that, go to our arrivals page, definitely do an ILS, and we're landing on the same runway. According to SimBrief 03 right, so let's go to ILS Yankee 03 Romeo on the Varix 3. This is coming off of the ocean. This is an absolutely beautiful arrival. The Varix 3 Charlie. Varix 3 Charlie, that guy right there. There is no transition. We're going to go ahead and execute that. Make sure our legs page is all connected. Going to connect that to Kia, execute that in Varix. Connect that there. Go back to the legs page at the very top. Let's make sure we have no more discontinuities, and we don't. Legs page is done. Let's go back to init refs. Let's go to our performance page. 119 point, what was it on the zero fuel? 119.7. Plug that in there. We're going to plan to burn 9,500 pounds of fuel will be the planned burn. We are rolling with 14,100 pounds. I wonder why it showed that. Aren't we 14,100 pounds according to this? Okay, I'm not going to argue with you. I don't really know. Okay, 4.6 on the reserves. Cost index will go to 25 today. And cruise today is 240. 240. Go ahead and plug in our cruise. Average wind is 205 at 17. Plug that guy in there. We're going to execute all that. Transition here is 5,000 feet, I believe. So we're going to go ahead and plug that in there. We are going to do a derated of 1 and a climb of 1. So derate to 22K. Take off. Flaps are always 5 degrees. That gives us a CG of 23.6 and a trim of 5.55. Let's swap over that trim wheel. Whoops. Whoa, what am I doing here? Wrong button. Deal with that in a minute. Let's go right about there is good. Cool. V1 125, rotate is 127, V2 134. So let's plug 144 here. We will bug 144 in our IAS. Flight director, left side, right side on. Flight director is in the on position. And let's get our window heats to the on position. Initial cruise will come out to 9,000 feet. IRSs are ready to go. TCAS. We will plug in TARA. Squawk 2000. Ident that. Actually, we don't need to worry about nav right now. Let's do a fire test. Beautiful. And let's do our speed test as well. Stall and speed. Beautiful. Everything looks good. Voice recorder is in the auto position. Beautiful. Let's go to APU. APU looks good up here. And we are almost ready to get the hell out of here. Our flight plan is in. Everything is good to go. Let's go to our legs page. We're just going to wait for our crew to finish the boarding process. Let's come on down to the menu page. Actions, ground services. Let's go and release our fuel truck. Stairs can stay. And we can go ahead and release these guys. Go to return, go to our doorway. And yeah, there we are. Let's take a look at the weather. We'll do a weather refresh. Altimeter is still 29085. Winds are 10 degrees at 9 miles per hour. And yeah, we look good here. Let's go to our charts now and let's take a look at Let's get in our sim link, which is good. And let's look at the airport here. You're departing runway. Actually, let's do this as well. Let's get our pre-planned pushback. We're going to ask them to push us back to about right there is fine. Beautiful. Let's get our pressurization set to 24,000. And our airport elevation is 412 feet, so we'll put it to 450, 143. We'll go ahead and bug 143 here. One 143 is checked. And let's now go to let's go back to sim brief here for a minute and do a little public announcement. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. From the flight deck here, this is Cab speaking. Welcome aboard Egan Airlines 152. Service to Athens, Greece, Athens International Airport. Flight time today is 43 minutes in the air, and we do have a full flight today. We'll be pushing back here momentarily. Welcome aboard. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. From the flight deck here, this is Cab speaking. Welcome aboard Egan Airlines 152. Service to Athens, Greece, Athens International Airport. Flight time today is 43 minutes in the air, and we do have a full flight today. All right. All right, so let's go ahead and let the ground crew know that we're almost ready to go. And we're just now waiting for our ground crew to complete. And we can close our door and start a pushback. Let's try to see if this parking brake is going to work. I just don't understand why that does that. Actually, maybe if you do this. Oh, wow. Is that what you need to do?
We're ready to go when you are.
Okay, beautiful. All right. Let's get rocking and rolling here. Let's go ahead and close the door.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard.
Door is now closed. And let's go ahead and return. Let's go to ground services. Let's go to release the stairway and release the chocks. Chocks have been removed. Jetway's going away. Let's get our pushback requested.
This is ground. Stand by.
Let's get rocking and rolling, friends. Let's make sure OBS looks good. Everything does look good. Everything is good to go. Wait a minute, what happened here? Did something happen there? No, we're good to go. Okay. Fire truck passing by. Boom, slam right into him.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
I love this little church right here. Pretty cool.
We are cleared for start and push.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Parking brakes released.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
All right. Let's rock and roll. Fuel pumps going to the on positions. Hydraulics into the on position. Packs are in the off position. Engine number 2 over to ground.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your complete attention to the flight
Duct pressure is rising.
safety of our aircraft.
Start valve open. Low oil pressure indicator. Engine 2. N2 on the rise. 20%. Go ahead and introduce. Fuel into the idle.
There are several emergency exits on this aircraft. Please take a few moments now to locate your nearest exit. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, floor level lighting will guide you towards the exit. In the event that the cabin loses pressure, an oxygen mask will drop right in front of you. Start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over your
EGT is slightly rising still. Good start, engine number 2. Engine number 1 over to ground power. EGT is now decreasing, which is a good sign. Leveling off at 445 to 450.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Parking brake set.
20%. Engine number 1 introduce fuel.
Ground. You may disconnect.
Index
Okay,
performance.
sir, clear to disconnect. Pin has been removed. See you at the side. Have a good flight.
Sure, V
Holding
speeds and
position
chase.
waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
5.5, good there. Okay. EGT on the rise. Fuel flow.
Once again, all devices must be in airplane mode and your larger devices must be turned off and stowed at this time. Please securely stow your personal items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened in fast and tray cables are in their full upright position. You're
Looks like a good start on engine number 1. EGT is now dropping. Beautiful. Engine start over to the continuous mode. Going to go ahead and swap gen bus. APU bleeds on. Packs to the on position. Isolation valve in the auto position. APU bleed is off. Taxi coming off. APU is coming off as well. Yaw dampers on. Probe heats to the on position. Anti-ice is not needed. Let's actually come on back up here. Let's go to Gen 1 and let's go to BAT, which is Gen 1. Gen 2 looks good and Gen 1 also looks good as well. Recheck, recall, flaps set to the 5 position. Auto brake set to the RTO. We are good on our trim and it says verify takeoff speeds. V1, rotate, V2. The speeds have changed to 146, 136. V2 is 136 plus 10, which would be 146. Flight directors in the on position. Arm the auto throttle. VNAV, LNAV for our takeoff. And we are almost ready to go. Let's go to our SYS page. Elevators to the left, elevators to the right. Ailerons. Ailerons left, ailerons right. Getting ahead of myself. Elevator up, elevator down. Rudder left, rudder right. And parking brake to the off position. Let's go ahead and fire this guy up. TAA is what we want down on here. And let's go. It's a very short taxi here. Don't even need taxi charts. Let's go to our departure page. And folks, we are number 1 for takeoff. We'll be airborne shortly. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for departure. And folks, we are number 1 for takeoff. We'll be airborne shortly. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for departure. Still getting ready for departure, huh? Okay. Taxi lights to the on position. Runway turnoffs to the on position.
We're prepared for takeoff.
Thank you. All right, they're ready back there. We're ready up front just about. Let's get our landing lights to the on position. Wing light coming on. Logo lights coming on. Wheel lights coming on. Position as steady. What is that? Strobe and steady. Runway 14 has been confirmed. V-speeds are verified. Everything here looks good. Nobody on final to our right. Doesn't look like anyone's on final to our left. Let's go ahead and turn our clock on, get this guy to TARA, and let's rock and roll. All right, here we go. Pressure down, throttles up to 50%. Engines look stable. Toga. And power is set.
Airspeed alive.
Airspeed's alive.
8 knots.
Checked. Neutral. 100.
V1.
V1. Rotate. A little bit of crosswind there.
Ready to climb.
Gears going up. Ooh boy, feel those winds. Feel those winds. Woo. A little bit of a shaky ride here. Alright, just gonna follow our flight directors. Flying power's in. Flaps to the 2 position. Let's go ahead and lock our gear. And turn off our brake here. Taxi light can go to the opposition. Wheel light can go off. Wing light can stay on. And flaps to the 1 position. And we can go flaps clean. Let's go ahead and turn to the left, follow our flight directors. Recall check. Gonna fly this thing a little bit. Can't let the airplane have all the fun here, even though I'd love to look outside. It's not really too much to look at. Let's get back on these flight directors. Coming up to almost 5,000 feet. We're gonna go ahead and go standard baro in a few seconds here. (15°C). Standard pressure. No need for... Oh, wow. We gotta take a look at this. Getting a little bit off course here. I'm enjoying myself too much looking out at these views. This thing flies amazingly. Windmills up there, absolutely gorgeous. Alright, let's pay attention here. Left turn. Alright, let's cruise on up. Nope. Altitude intervention. Keep on climbing, 7-3. Let's go. Take it all the way up to 23. What is it, 23 or 20? I believe it's 24. Double check here. We are pressurizing as the gauge is going up. Beautiful. All right, 10,000 feet, autopilot 1 coming on board. There we go. And we are good. 10,000 feet, landing lights coming to the opposition. Runways should have already been off. Engines over to the opposition. Wing lights coming off, anti-collision coming off. Steady light coming on. Seatbelt sign is going to stay on for now. And I believe after takeoff checklist is just about complete. Let's look at our climb performance. Cruise is 240. We're not going to do max rate or max angle. We're climbing 192%. Looks good to me. 27 nautical miles till we get to top of climb. And let's enjoy these views. Let's take a look on the left. All right, not much to see there. Let's go here and take a look at this beautiful island of coast that we just departed from. I believe that is the airport right there. Yep, that's it right there that we came in. Came in off the coast right here. Just stunning arrival. Stunning arrival, stunning airplane, stunning simulator. Just everything about this experience right now is just amazing. Amazing. Performance is wonderful. And I'm still on a GTX 1070, by the way. I mean, this graphics card for what it is, I mean, I can't complain. It is a little powerhouse workforce after 6 years of gaming. I just take care of it, I guess. But yeah, coming up to 15,000 feet. Let's just double check everything here. Everything looks good. Do one more recall. And we're good to go. Look at that sun coming over like that. Absolutely stunning. Let's go ahead and remove the departure chart. We just don't need it anymore. And let's make sure everything on OBS looks good, which it does. That one island that we came over. See the airport right there? We came over here and off to the right. It's kind of cool how this little valley right here is kind of that path that they want the arrivals to fly in. That's the star, so to speak. Standard instrument of arrival. Definitely want to check out that little airport. I'm wondering if there's a scenery for that. Getting close up to cruise here. We'll go ahead and release those. The seatbelt sign. Anti-ice is not needed. Well, it's negative 13. I mean, we are going through a little bit of cloud moisture here. Let's take a look. It's a possibility that there could be ice buildup. Wait, was that ice right there? No. This takes a little bit of fuel, but that's fine. We'll go ahead and turn the engine anti-ices on for right now, just to be on the safe side. And ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck here, reach cruise altitude 24,000 feet. Probably starting our descent in about 20 minutes. Seatbelt signs off. Feel free to move along the cabin. Enjoy the flight with us. We'll brief you on weather information once we get closer to Athens. And ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck here, reach cruise altitude 24,000 feet. We'll be starting our descent in about 20 minutes. Seatbelt signs off. Feel free to move along the cabin. Enjoy the flight with us. We'll brief you on weather information once we get closer to Athens. We're pretty much clear of any clouds and moisture, it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and turn the anti-ice to the off position. So let me go ahead and select our approach, which is going to be the ILS 03 right, I believe. Yep, this is coming right off the coast. I did this arrival yesterday and it's stunning. All right, so the transition altitude is 9,000 feet. Descent forecast, so let's go put 9,000 feet. That's what it's showing on the charts here. Let's see. Yep, transition altitude 9,000 feet unless instructed by ATC. So we get that plugged in there. Descent winds. Let's go ahead and request our descent winds. Forecast unlink ready. Let's go ahead and load it. Data link config invalid. Okay. Not sure why that is, but whatever. We're gonna go ahead and drop this guy to 3,000. It'll descent once we get to TD here. And let's go to our init ref index, go to the approach page, and 111.10 is our ILS frequency. Go ahead and plug that in now. Whoop. .1, 111.1, and let's just double check. 111.1, and 32 is our course. 32. 32. And 32. The airport elevation, let's get that chart up real quick, is 271, so we'll plug this to 300. And we're looking good. Got an airplane up here. Recall check, good. And let's take a look at our minimums now. So it is going to be radio altimeter at 200. All right. All right, pressurization for landing altitude has been set, recalled, has been checked. Auto brake. We're going to go auto brake to low. And landing data. We need to come on over here to our landing data. And we're going to be doing a flaps 30. At 135 wind correction. What are the winds? Let's take a look. The altimeter is 29 or 9 or 4. The winds are 310 degrees, which would be northwest at 15 miles per hour. Okay, scattered clouds at 3,000, some clouds at 12,000. No significant weather to report. And the temperature is 11 degrees Celsius, which would be 52 degrees Fahrenheit. So, with a 15 mile an hour wind correction, that's quite a big one. All right, looks like our arrival information is just about set. Okay. I'm going to try to do a recording on this landing as well. Hopefully I remember. Top of drop is, let's see, destination. .26 nautical miles. Actual one is 206 at 26. Wait a minute. Let's take a look at something here. Let's look at the winds in Athens. Make sure that SimBrief is not screwing us. Okay, yeah, that's correct. 03 right is the correct runway, excuse me. So once we get to Varix, our fuel should be 11.1. Or no, that's how much fuel we have. Just about coming up to top of the drop. And there we have it. We are starting our descent. Oh, not yet. Oops. Keep forgetting we're like so low. I see the airport right there, but we're only at 24,000. I keep forgetting that. Is that an airport right there? Looks like it, maybe. It's an airport right there. You fly like a Q400 and do some island hopping. Alright, we've started our descent. Alright, seatbelt signs going on. We will go ahead and give our announcement in a second here. Let's just update our weather information. And ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, you can see we start initial descent into Athens. Should have you on the ground in about 25 minutes. Temperature in Athens is 11 degrees Celsius. That would be 52 degrees in Fahrenheit. We have a little bit of winds at the northwest, about 15 miles per hour, partly cloudy in Athens. We do appreciate you flying Egan Airlines today. We hope to see you on another flight. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival. And ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, you can see we start initial descent into Athens. Should have you on the ground in about 25 minutes. Temperature in Athens is 11 degrees Celsius. That would be 52 degrees in Fahrenheit. We have a little bit of winds at the northwest, about 15 miles per hour, partly cloudy in Athens. We do appreciate you flying Egan Airlines today. We hope to see you on another flight. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival. Got some more windmills here. That's pretty cool. Airport right here. I wonder what the name of that island is. It's about 10:30 right now in the sim, I believe. Bit of weather here. 10:09. What was transition again? I believe it was 5,000. Target speed, forecast, progress. Let's see here. Looks like we can't do a weather request. Anti-ice is not needed. Climb cruise is done. Destination. Alright. Let's pay attention here. There's a little bit of rain here. A little bumpy. Make sure we've got our seatbelt sign on, which it is. This arrival is definitely going to be a little interesting, as we have a 50-mile-an-hour crosswind. So it's probably definitely going to be a little bit rough. Might have to do a go around. I don't know. And to be honest with you, I had a similar crosswind yesterday when I did a test flight, and the airplane was all over the place. It definitely should have been a go-around. I think the wind gust that the latest update that Microsoft Flight Sim put out is a little erratic, a little bit excessive in my opinion. Yeah, those gust winds are throwing the aircraft all over the place, and I don't know if it. I don't know. Seems a little unrealistic in my opinion, but who knows. It's about 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and turn on our landing lights. Engines can come over to the continuous. Turn our wing lights on as well. We are in the descent path, which looks good. Alright, to capture the glide, we need to be at 5,000, but we're going to drop to 3,000, and we should see that glide slope appear. We are in the active position on both sides, so we're good. Everything looks set. Everything looks prepped for our arrival. And the altimeter is 299.4. Thank you for this. .299.4 is checked, and 299.4 is checked. Alright, anti-ice is definitely not needed at this point. Go ahead and arm our speed brake. So far, so good. I'm getting a little off glide here. Airplane's making that correction. It's pushing us down a little bit. There we go. Just about IMC conditions almost. Hopefully these clouds will clear up and we'll get a nice, beautiful view of our arrival. Yep, absolutely stunning. Our airport's right over here. I'm going to be making a right turn coming off the coast. We're going to start configuring as we come down in here. Airport's, I think, right there. Yep, our runway's right there. Let's take a look at our profile. Profile looks right in the center, right on the money. Beautiful. Imagine living right here. Man, that must be a beautiful sunset. What is this little thing? I wonder what that is. I don't know what that is. Look at the sun, the reflection of the clouds off the water. Whew, man. There's another airport here. I don't know what airport that is, but definitely want to check it out. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get our slats out. Look at that. Holy shit. There's our runway right there. Oh my goodness. That is stunning. Absolutely stunning. Alright, let's focus here. We already hit glide, as you can see, or our glide path is already in. Let's go to approach. Alright, VOR lock glide slope has been captured. 182, let's drop it to 175. Let's go ahead and deploy flaps 2. And then flaps 5. Doing flaps 30 for this arrival. Let's go to 170. Look at that shot. No, thank you. First officer view. All right, let's go to flaps 10. I just can't get over these views. It's just stunning. And let's check the altimeter one more time. 2994
2,500.
is set. 2500. Gear down. And let's now go to 155. And let's deploy flaps 15. Runway turn-off lights on. Anti-collision on. And we'll turn our wheel well light on as well. Landing lights are on. Gear down, 3 green. Let's go to flaps 20. Actually, we'll hold for right now. Stunning. All right, let's go to final approach speed at 135. Flaps 25. There is a wind correction here, so let's take this to 141. Oh boy. With the wind, we have plenty of runway here, so let's actually do 144.
1,000.
Flaps 30. Oh goodness, the winds again. Jesus. Our terrain can come off. Definitely making me work for these landings. Oh, Jesus Lord. I like to sit a little higher on arrival. We have plenty of runway to work with here, so we'll keep it at 140. Actually, let's go to 143. Pappies look good, too white, too red. That's what we want to see. We have 85% satisfaction. We're going to see what that's going to go to right when we hit the ground. Almost full rudder deflection there, by the way.
500.
And we are clearing our thing.
400.
The throttles are mine.
300.
It is my airplane.
Approaching minimums.
And we are all over the place here.
Minimums.
Continue. Actually, I don't know if this is going to be a continue here.
Bank angle.
Yeah.
100.
Should we continue this? I think we'll be okay.
50. 40. 30, 20, 10,
Jesus. Reversers. $70 knots, manual braking. Jesus Christ. I believe that should have been probably a go-around, but we made it. It stabled off at the very end. I was just about to do a go-around there. It was getting real close. It was pretty much at the threshold of, yep, doing a go-around, and then the aircraft kind of stabled itself a little bit, and then we kind of gained center line-ish. So I was like, eh. If that was the real world, I would be doing a go-around for sure. But we still made it. 77, that's about what I expect for that landing. Satisfaction rate to 77. Alright, let's go ahead and shut the engine selectors to the off position. Taxi light coming on, landing lights coming off, and we're going to go ahead and fire up our APU. We can go ahead and retract our flaps. Turn off our ILS. And we're going to try to go park exactly where we were when we left earlier this morning. And let's go to our airport chart. We're currently on Delta. Wing lights coming off, wheel lights coming off, anti-lights coming on, and we'll go to steady on our position light. APU is now available. Beautiful. All right, turn the window heats off as well. Quite the spicy arrival. But we made it, so we're good. So if you're at Delta 6, the next one will make a right turn. I don't know if there's any airplanes here. Surprised. I mean, it's showing it. Alright, runway turnoffs can go to the opposition. Swapped over to APU power. Whoop. I have no clue if this is like the international terminal. I'm going to park right next to this little Air France here. This would be... what gate is this? Alpha 5. Taxi lights going off. Looks like it is Alpha 3. Beautiful. I absolutely love this airport. Such a beautiful rendition of it. That Guitar 7 Dreamliner 787. We've got a little indicator here, beautiful. Let's go ahead and slow down a little bit. People walking here. I don't know if that's an indicator or what. No, it's not. Thought it was. Whoops. Oh, that's funny. Alright, we're gonna back up the old-fashioned way here. The old-fashioned way, baby. Whoa, 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 whoa. Sorry, guys. Is that good? I think so. Alright, let's go ahead and set the parking brake before we kill ourselves here. Come on. Thank you. Appreciate it. Cool. Alright. Engine number 1, engine number 2 coming down. Let's go get those parking brakes off. We will apologize to our passengers for that one. Let's go over here to our pushback. Pushback. Not pushback. Let's get our jetway on board here. I believe the door opens automatically here. Let's just make sure. Other than that, I mean, that's pretty center on. This would be inside the terminal. I'm not sure. Let's double check. Let's come on down here to menu. FX Actions Ground Services. Let's get our chocks in, get our ground power, and let's request those baggage crew people to come on in. Door is not open. Door is now open. And I believe we're good to go. Let's come on upstairs. Let's go ahead and shut some things down. Packs come to the opposition. Isolation valve going to the opposition. Engine bleed should have already been on. Hydraulics, pumps to the off position. We can turn this guy to bat. Adheres going to the off position as well. And our yacht amper going to the opposition. Probe heats can go off as well. Chimes and seatbelts is off. Logo light going off. And position strobe and steady is in the off position. Pull this guy down to 0. This guy to 0 as well. This can stay in the auto. All this can stay where it's at. We're pretty much done here. Let's go ahead and swap over to ground power as we do see our cart is outside. Ground power cart. Beautiful. And then what we're going to do is we are going to go... Make sure all this looks good. It does. Let's just go do a full shutdown here. We are going to go ahead and shut off the ground power and then main bat power. And that's it, folks. We are shut down. And good to go. So, let's pretend like we are getting up and saying goodbye to our passengers, which we can't get out of the door, so we're going to have to go this way here to get outside of the cockpit. And we can now say thank you to all our passengers as they are deboarding. And we will pretend that they are just about done deboarding. And I am now going to leave as a pilot. It's cool that this jetway is modeled, but right when you get above this jetway, which you'll see in a second, it's gonna go blind. It's gonna be nothing. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Right when we hit this jetway here, it should be kind of cool if they were to model this too here, you know, the whole jetway. But we're gonna go take a look at some of these people here. And there we are. Here's the terminal. People waiting for the next flight. Hey man, how's it going? Hello sir, how are you? Obviously it's like the same. There's only like 5 or 6 different characters and they're just repeated throughout the terminal here. As you can see, this woman, they're also sitting. She's sitting there as well. There's another woman sitting there as well, and so it's the same character, just maybe positioned differently. No, they're positioned the same. So they did take this woman though, and they have her animated as walking around. So that's kind of cool. And then this guy, who there's his twin right here. But yeah, pretty cool terminal. That jetway just went away. I assume if that, I don't know if that's static or if that's FSLTL. There's our airplane. And yeah, there you have it, folks. Well, that's going to wrap up the stream for the day. I do appreciate all of you watching, and if you're not subscribed yet, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button if you enjoyed the stream today. I am such a little channel that I am trying to grow my channel as much as possible. Let me go ahead and close Pack X. So yeah, if you did enjoy the stream, please give me a like and share the stream with a friend and comment below if you'd like. For more flight simulation in the future, I will definitely be doing more flights with this airplane. And yeah, thank you so much for joining and following along. And I'll see you guys in the next one. It looks like we have an airplane here. Also too, before I go, I'm gonna show you this airport just a little bit. Let me turn on my Xbox controller. Go ahead and keep that as default. Resume that. Let's go to camera here. Let's go to showcase and turn up the drone speed here. Okay, that's interesting. So the Xbox controller is not responding, and it should. Because I don't understand why this always... For some reason, every time I start my Xbox controller, this Steam starts up. Interesting. Not too sure about that one. And now it's showing inside, huh? Let's go to reset position. Free camera. Drone camera. Yeah, we're on free camera. Damn, that is loud. Alright. Looks like it's not responding, unfortunately. But oh well. Sky Express, Boeing at 7, not Boeing, Airbus 819. Alright, well maybe next time I'll show you guys the drone camera. It is just not working right now. I'm gonna try it one more time. I'm surprised the sim hasn't crashed actually at this point. But yeah, it doesn't look like it's gonna do it. So we'll just end it right there. We're gonna go ahead and turn this drone camera, turn this Xbox controller off. Cool. And we can go ahead and remove that. Alright. Well, that's going to wrap up the stream. Once again, I appreciate all of you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next stream.